Hi everyone that watches this video. Today I will present the story The Happy Prince. This story was written by the Irish poet Oscar Wilde. He was born in 1954. This story is considered to be a psychological fiction tale. The story The Happy Prince is about the statue of someone who was a happy prince in life. This statue came to realize about all the suffering of all the people in the city, and the statue became sad for it. But its fate was to meet a swallow that would help him find happiness again. Let's see how they did it. In its way to Egypt, a swallow had to pass through a city. In the city, the swallow could realize about a beautiful statue and thought, maybe I can stay under the statue to protect from the rain. And the swallow did in that way. When she was there, she could realize that a drop fell over her hair and thought, what? It is not raining, so I will see what happens. When she got to the head of the statue, she realized that the statue was crying. So the swallow asked, what happened to you? And the statue answered, when I was alive, I used to be a happy prince. But now that I'm in this state of being a statue, I could realize about all the suffering of all the people in my city. Swallow, can you do me a favor? The statue said, and the swallow asked, what do you want? So the statue replied, can you please take one of the rubies that is on my sword, please, and give it to that woman that is over there in that house that has a child ill, sick, very sick. And as the prince commanded, the swallow did. After that, the swallow said goodbye to the statue because she had to go to Egypt. But the statue asked the swallow to stay there to help him with other people. The swallow accepted to stay there for one night, for one more night, and the statue asked the swallow to go to the house of a writer and give him one of his eyes that were made of sapphires. But the swallow didn't want to do it because in that way the statue would be blind. So, but the statue said, okay, no matter what happens to me, please do as I command. So the swallow did in that way. After that, the statue asked the swallow again to take the another eye and give it to a girl that was selling some matches, and the swallow did in that way. After that, the statue didn't have any more beautiful rocks, so the statue asked the swallow to take parts of his body that were made of gold and give those parts to those poor people that were having some problems, that were hungry. So the swallow did in that way. But the problem was that many days had happened, and the swallow got frozen and died. So the statue got sad about it and died as well. After that, God sent one of his angels to the earth and command to the angel to bring the two best things that he could find on earth, and he took the little swallow frozen and the heart of the statue. When the angel got to God, he said, okay, these are the two things that I brought for you. Uh, and God said, okay, since these two, the statue or the happy prince and the swallow, were good, they are going to be, or they are going to deserve heaven. And in there, the two friends got together again. In my personal opinion, this story was awesome. It contains some aspects that we can see in real life. The first one of them is ignorance is bliss. If you don't know about something, you don't worry about it. In the story, we can see that the prince was happy when he was in life, but when he was made a statue, he could realize about the suffering of all his people, and then he became sad. So when he ignored all the suffering of all the city, he was happy. But when he came to realize about that suffering, he became sad because of it. The second aspect I want to talk about the story is that love endures everything. Even though the swallow had to travel to Egypt to escape from winter, it didn't, because it stayed in the city to help his friend. And at the end, all we know what happened. The swallow died. So love endures everything, even death. And last aspect I want to talk about this story is that happiness is to do the right thing even when nobody looks at you. We can see in the story that the prince made a sacrifice. He sacrificed himself to help the people of his city. And at the end, nobody even got to know about all the sacrifice the prince did. So happiness is to do the right thing, no matter if nobody looks at you.